What's up guys, so today I want to talk about an opportunity for an upcoming airdrop on the layer 2 Ethereum blockchain. It's going to be on zkSync. Now, as we've seen recently from the likes of Optimism, some of these airdrops that are going on the layer 2 Ethereum blockchain are definitely worth participating in. So today I wanted to go over zkSync, which are another Ethereum layer 2 which are rumoured to be also going to be releasing their own token, and they're going to be doing an airdrop similar to Optimism. So today I wanted to go over the steps that you can take in the process in order to put yourself in the best position possible for being eligible for this airdrop. Now there's going to be two parts to it. There's going to be the Mainnet side, and there's also going to be the Testnet side. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you some steps that you can take to participate in both of those. So today we're going to start off with the mainnet, and then we'll move on to the testnet afterwards. So this is where we start on the mainnet side of the process, as you can see here on zkSync.io, and we want to go ahead and open your wallet. Now you want to choose layer 1 Ethereum wallet, and then for this process you want to make sure that you actually have some Ethereum in your layer 1 Ethereum wallet. And then from here what you're going to do is basically going to bridge it over into layer 2. So you want to go ahead and press the top up there, and it brings you onto this screen. You want to go ahead and choose the zkSync bridge, and then from there you can choose how much of ETH that you want to put into layer 2. As you can see just from before, I'd already bridged my my funds from layer 1 to layer 2, but you go ahead and then type the amount that you want to put in there. Obviously don't put everything because you will need some ETH left for gas, so just put most of your balance in but leave a little bit left, and then press top up, and then that will move your funds from layer 1 to layer 2. Now this process will take maybe around 5 minutes, so even once it says the transaction is confirmed, you won't be able to go ahead and go on to the next step until your transaction has actually gone through, which will probably roughly take about 5 minutes. So then once it's gone through, you want to go ahead and then make some transactions on layer 2. And the way that you do this is you want to go ahead and go on to Zigzag exchange. So trade.zigzag.exchange. As I said, I'll be putting all the links to this kind of stuff in the description of the video. And then when you're here, you want to go ahead and connect your wallet. It will be up here in the top right hand corner. And once you connect your wallet for the first time, you will have to pay a small transaction fee as a one-off cost, and then you'll be able to start trading. Now you want to go ahead and make some trades, obviously build up some volume. Now as we know from previous airdrops, volume does matter, so and sometimes the amount of transactions matter as well. So say for example you don't have too much money and your budget, is only roughly $100 or $200, then maybe you can set yourself a volume goal of maybe 1,000 or something like that. Usually $1,000 is usually kind of a limit for the minimum amount of volume. So you can go ahead and instead of doing that in like a $1,000 transaction, you can go ahead and do that in smaller $100 and $200 trades, and that way you can build up 5 or 10 different transactions, and then reach the same volume goal that you wanted to get. Same again if, for example, you want to put $1,000 on there and you want to build up $10,000 of trading volume. It's better to do it that way and do it over at least 5 or 10 transactions, and that way you get a number of different transactions in, as well as building up the overall total volume. So you can go ahead, you can go ahead and just trade any pairs here. So on ETH USDC, so we'll probably say that maybe ETH's going to go up a little bit more, maybe. Want to limit orders. We want to sell my ETH and sell all of it, and the price that we want to get in is there. You have to go ahead and sign that, and there we go, and the order's just gone through straight away. So then I built up like maybe about $1,000 worth of just under $1,000 worth of volume just off that one trade. So we're going to go ahead back into make a few different trades. If you don't want to lose money doing that, maybe you could choose some stable pairs USDC, USDT. Go ahead and trade that back in two. So at the moment we've got just gone to market for that one. Use 100%. Sell it for USDT. And then we can go and buy it back again. You probably end up, losing a few dollars doing this. Obviously, transaction fees. You can see how low the transaction fees on layer 2, 12 cents for a transaction. It's like trading, on a centralized exchange or something like that. But you still will lose a few dollars. Just as these values change a little bit. But that's the risk that you've got to take in order to qualify for these airdrops. And there we go. So the idea is just to build up a nice amount of volume with a nice amount of transactions so that you make sure your wallet does qualify for the airdrop. So once you're finished and you've made enough transactions and enough overall trading volume, then you want to jump back onto this page and you want to go into transfer and we want to send back to Ethereum layer 1, and then you want to go ahead and pick your maximum transaction and you want to go ahead and send to Ethereum. Now bear in mind, these transactions going back to layer 1 take a lot longer. They can take up to several hours, so just be cautious of that before it happens in case maybe you needed funds elsewhere. And then you want to go ahead and send to Ethereum. So now I'm going to go through with you guys the testnet part of the process. Now as you can see here on the main website, zkSync.io, at the top here it says that version 2 is now on the testnet. So what you want to do to get started is first you need to make sure you've got some testnet Ethereum, and there's actually a little guide here on Medium which I'm going to put a link in the article which goes through the testnet part step by step. And so the first thing you want to go ahead and do is make sure you've got some testnet Ethereum. It gives a bunch of different faucets here. Personally, I found that some of them didn't work. The one that I found that did work is this one here, faucet. But you have to actually sign into your Twitter account. So you want to go ahead and go here, sign into your Twitter account, go and paste the wallet address that you're going to use, and then you can claim it. And then just like that, you've got some testnet Ethereum which you can go ahead and use for this process. We're going to go ahead and click on the testnet version, give it a try, and it's going to go ahead and want to connect to our MetaMask. Once connected, we're going to come up with a page like this, and the first thing you need to do is you need to go ahead and bridge those funds from the testnet layer 1 to the layer 2 zkSync. So the way we do that is, you see the max balance there. I want to put maybe most of that over like that and just deposit. Now what it's saying here at the bottom, it can take up to 5 minutes, and it does. So you see now after a few seconds it is going to say that the transaction is submitted and confirmed. You go back to the balances, but you will still see 0 here for a while. Now we go into bridges, you can see that the balance has been taken out of my layer 1, but it still hasn't gone into the layer 2. So this is where you probably have to take a 5-minute break and then come back to your computer after 5 minutes, and that way you'll be able to use the other features. Okay, so once you've gone ahead and bridged your funds from the testnet layer 1 to layer 2, then when you go to wallet and balances, you'll see some Ethereum here. Now in order to get the rest of these coins that we can then go and trade on the testnet, what you need to do is you need to go to the faucet. I need to request some funds. You need to make sure that your Twitter account respects their requirements, which is it needs to be not a new account and it needs to have an avatar. You just want to go ahead and request those funds. Once you've done that, you want to go back to your wallet and you'll see that this USDC, Bitcoin, chain link and some DAI will be in your wallet. Now what you can do here to also further increase the chances of you getting an airdrop, you can then go and make some transactions with that. So first of all, I recommend doing a transfer here, so transferring some of this layer 2 ETH and transferring it to a different wallet that can count as a transaction. And then what you want to go ahead and do is then move over to the switch mute testnet, and then from here they have a swap, and then we can choose our tokens and we can do a swap there. For example, say I want to change 100 USDC and let's change that into some DAI, see what that comes out as. And then you want to go ahead and confirm the transaction. And there you go. So you might want to do a few different transactions with these tokens in between each other. And then the next thing you can do is you want to go on to pool here and you can add some liquidity. So you can see here I've already created a pair with DAI and ETH on this wallet. And I'm going to go ahead and now create a second one. So maybe this time we can choose some USDC and pair that with the Ethereum. Confirm it. And there you go. So I'd say the only other thing you could really do maybe to add an extra transaction is then maybe do some sort of withdraw. So you want to go onto the bridge and then you can go into withdraw and then you can send some funds then back to layer 1. So in terms of the stuff that's available to do on the testnet, that's pretty much it. So if you go ahead and you complete all those steps on the mainnet and then complete all these steps on the testnet, then you're leaving yourself in, you know, a really good chance of getting one of the full airdrops. So hopefully if you're able to follow all these steps on both the mainnet and the testnet, you can put yourself in the best position possible to be part of this airdrop when it happens. And yeah, so if you did like the video, guys, and you want more of this kind of content, please subscribe to the video. If you also want to discuss these kind of topics, new tokens, NFTs, any of that kind of stuff, I've also got a link to my Discord community in the description of the video below. Thanks for listening, guys. Until always, until next time, bye.